Last season, Good Friday. This was the outcome of the match. This was the output from Carlton's key forwards. This is the amount of free kicks Charlie Curnow received. And this was the response. This season, Good Friday. This was the outcome of the match. This was the output from Carlton's key forwards. This is the amount of free kicks the key forwards received. This was the free kick disparity generally speaking, and this was the response. Seeing a pattern? 2 games in 2 seasons, with the exact same discourse around free kicks that favoured the Blues. However, this game took it to another level. Is it as simple as saying the umpiring decisions were that bad? Or is the umpiring simply an excuse for North Melbourne being inexperienced on both occasions? Whilst the Blues are just simply too good? Maybe a bit of both. Objectively this season, the umpires have been bad. Really bad. The fans don't understand the rules half the time, the players don't understand the rules half the time, and seemingly, the people who officiate the rules don't understand the rules half the time, leaving everyone to draw their own opinions on what constitutes a free kick and what doesn't. So today, I'm going to do exactly that. This is my interpretation of the 55 free kicks that were called in Carlton versus North Melbourne. Before we begin, I'm not going to get too butthurt if you've got a different interpretation of a certain play and want to share it in the comments. Feel free to timestamp a certain section and share your thoughts on it. A new perspective brings fresh insight, so I'm all ears. Let's go. Holding free kick conceded by Caleb Marchbank. You can see him wrap up Zerha long before Simpkin even turns around. The right call. Push in the back free for Cripps. This is masked by Cripp himself, but there's an arm extension for Shaw which sends Cripps forward. The right call. Deliberate out of bounds free kick in favour of Carlton. If Pink sends this a little bit straighter, maybe there's a different interpretation, but this takes insufficient intent to the extreme. He wants the line. The right call results in a behind. Holding free kick for Carlton, McGovern loves to milk a free, but LDU does grab him around the midriff, taking him down off the ball. The right call. High free kick for Charlie. First call I question. I wouldn't say call grabs him high. Charlie leading with his head gives off the impression. I'd say call makes more contact with the upper back, iffy call for me. High free kick for North Melbourne. Kennedy gets Dawson over the shoulder. The right call. Holding the ball free for Carlton. Wardlaw tries to brush off Chera, but gets dispossessed. The right call. High free kick for Carlton. Hewitt gets taken over the shoulder. The right call results in a goal. Tripping free kick conceded by Caleb Marchbank. Marchbank, as he's trying to rake in Curtis after losing grip initially, swipes at his legs. The right call results in a goal. High free kick against Harry McKay. Harry basically runs at Cherry and grabs onto the neck/shoulder region. The right call. Holding free kick against Caleb Marchbank. Whilst Larkey is locking in Marchbank's arm like a vice, Marchbank's arm is wrapped around. We'll see this paid with consistency later on. The right call, and it results in a goal. High free kick for Harry McKay. Harry gets knocked in the head by an outstretched Pink spoil. The right call. This is followed up with a 50-metre penalty for Carlton. After the play ends and the whistle is blown, it's like Curtis needed the final say. Even after being tripped up and Newman's pursuing the ball to get it to Harry, Curtis bats the shit out of it, delaying the play to continue. The right call, and it results in a behind. High free kick against Nick Newman. This is an easy call. Newman overcorrects his tackle attempt on a taller player and goes above the shoulders. The right call, and it results in a behind. 50-metre penalty for Carlton. Pink must not have heard the stand call, so he's a bit stiff. But from an umpiring view, he did say stand, and Pink keeps going right. Maybe repeating the call wouldn't go astray, but the right call nonetheless results in a goal. Holding the man free kick for Charlie. We saw this with the Marchbank on Larkey call before. Less contact, but still impeding the attacking player to make a play on the ball. Unnecessary by Dawson, with an extra North player in proximity. The right call, which results in a goal. High free kick for Tom de Koning. A stray arm by Cherry right into the throat. The right call, and it results in a behind. Out on the full free conceded by Carlton. That's off Newman's boot, and it is the right call. Holding the man free kick for Charlie. Cor yanks Harry back here, just as he's about to leap up. And Harry does that vice motion that Larky did before. Still, Cor has got his hands around the midriff of Harry, and that is the usual visual of a holding decision. The right call, and it results in a goal. Second quarter. This is a high free kick for George Hewitt. I'm going to say this is iffy. It's with the left hand if there's any form of infringement, but nothing you won't see all game when pursuing the footy. I'm in a blind spot though with the broadcast. It is an iffy call for me nonetheless though. 50-metre penalty for Carlton. Umpire called Sheasel to stand just as he pissed off, and then the umpire gave them the benefit of the doubt, calling someone else to stand. They just didn't. It's a pretty stiff decision when they're trying to remove that Adam Sard run through the middle in transition, but the right call, and it results in a goal. Holding the ball free kick for Carlton. LDU sidesteps one, but has Jack Carroll in the blind spot. Dispossessed, and the right call. Blocking free kick against Jordan Boyd. Dersma does drop pretty lightly, but Jordan Boyd has no interest going for the ball, only the man. The right call. Holding the ball free kick for Adam Sard. Zerha takes too long after surveying options. Drops it as Sard pins the arms. The right call. Holding the man free against McKay. It's in the name. The right call. Deliberate out of bounds / insufficient intent free against Carlton. Do I think Wheaters is insufficiently intending to keep it in, given where he's kicked it, where it's ended up, and how far inside the line it's pitched? No, but in the modern game, is it the right call? It's the right call. Holding the ball free kick for Hewitt. Curtis fends off one, shrugs off a second, but is dispossessed on the third try. The right call. Holding the man free kick for Charlie. I'm seeing contact off the ball. I'll give Charlie the benefit of the doubt here. The right call, and it results in a goal. Throw free kick for Carlton. Fords escorted it into the air. It hasn't been a quick lasting tap. He has a stronger follow through and sort of ushers it on the way up. Here's an example of a tap, not a throw. Ultimately the right call, and it results in a goal. Throw free kick against Carlton. Cottrell does not get a fist to it, and this is the right call. Push in the back free kick for Carlton. I see no actual push mechanism in Cherry's arm motion. It's resting on De Koning's back, never extends, and De Koning is sent forward by his momentum, not Cherry's arm. If it is a push, it's incredibly marginal. It's an iffy call for me, though it does result in a goal. Trip free kick against Adam Chera. The grip on the tackle slips down the knees to the ankles. The right call. I've said this a few times already. Free kick against Caleb Marchbank. We were talking about what a push mechanism does and doesn't look like. Marchbank is blatantly guilty of it here. The right call, and it results in a goal. Holding the man free kick against Jack Carroll. Carroll's arms are wrapped around Stevens long after the ball's released, and it is the right call. The third quarter. Holding the man free kick. This is one the broadcast feed cannot catch, so therefore I can't, but the umpire can. I do see both players fighting for positions, so I'm going to say there's nothing in this a pretty iffy call, if you ask me. High free kick for Corey Durden. I initially thought Durden's head down was in the pickup motion, but the more I look, the more I see Durden duck, and Sheasel grabs him at the torso. Not high for me. Iffy call, yet it once again results in a goal. Holding the man free kick for Charlie. Can be questioned, but the minute Cor turns his back with the arm still wrapped around, that immediately kills the debate for me. The right call, and it results in a goal. 50-metre penalty. This is just a brain lapse by Wardlaw. I do know he's labouring, but for the 30 to 40 metres to get to the bench, surely another few metres to go around Curnow would not hurt. Especially given he actually moved into Curnow's set shot line, and he also wasn't already stationed in that spot. The right call, and it resulted in a goal. Holding the ball free kick against Owies. Owies may have gotten a light brush of a handball off, but for the time he took, and how hard it is to spot in real time, it is the right call. High free kick for Marchbank. Whilst you definitely can't drop your opponent off the ball, I do feel like Curtis is actually a bit stiff here. Could you make a case Marchbank got out-muscled and fell too easily. I say the right call with hesitance. Throw free kick for Hollands. Even though Ford got a fist to it, he wills it forward with the hand that was holding the footy, as the arm with the fist is clamped. Ball won't travel that far without the other hand throwing it. The right call. Another 50-meter penalty. Honestly, I don't know with the broadcast not showing or explaining, though it does look like an absolute load of crap. Iffy call for me. Holding the ball free kick for Akers. Akers locks up Simpkins' left hand in the nick of time. Doesn't make contact with the ball. Takes too long, and the right call. Holding the ball free kick for Zach Williams. Curtis gets the arms pinned. Gets run down. Takes too long. The right call. High free kick conceded by Akers. The arm goes around Zerha's neck. The right call. Holding the ball free kick for Carlton. Larkey goes to kick. Hesitates, drops the footy as he looks to sidestep, and it is the right call. This is followed up by another 50-meter penalty for Carlton. People got triggered by the 50-meter penalty for this. How many players get fired up with adrenaline after a crunching tackle like this? We see it all the time to get under another player's skin. Look, in my eyes, Larkey can retaliate if he wants. After all, talk shit, get hit. And look, McGovern is putting on an Oscar-worthy performance because he's holding his head when his shoulder protected his head from the turf. But the umpire sees this in real time. It's the right call. You can't let it slide. Otherwise, spot fires would go on like this everywhere in open play, and it results in a goal. High free kick for Tom de Koning. Broadcast cut away from the action, but usually ruck frees are iffy, so that's what I'm gonna deem it as. Here's a blocking free against Carlton. This I've got no clue about, so I'm not gonna give my verdict. Holding the ball free kick against Matt Kennedy. Kennedy shapes up for a kick, takes too long, incorrect disposal. The right call, which results in a goal. This one's a high tackle for Elijah Hollands. I actually think that Cherry and LDU made a shelter for Hollands to actually go under and get the footy. They gave each other a concussion. I don't think they ever made high contact, so an iffy call for me. And look, this whole sequence was absolutely taking the piss. Quarter 4, blocking free kick against Charlie Curnow. Charlie gets the cue from Williams to take core, but never contests the ball, and only is one intention when he finds the opponent's whereabouts. The right call. Pushing the back free against Orazio. That's there with the extension. The right call. Holding free kick for Harry McKay. You can see the jumper tug. The right call. You do hear one umpire say, so why is Cripps kickstarting the play? Blocking free kick for Harry McKay. Larkey can definitely make a case here. Assumes front spot. Latches on. Blocks Harry's run and jump. Even though he doesn't make contact with the ball, you can see his left arm is locked up by Harry, whose arms overlap, which happens to be the side where the ball lands. He tries to make that case heard with the umpire following the decision.
McKay's going to get it. You blocked him. You didn't contact the ball. You didn't touch the ball.
It looks like he wasn't making a play on the ball, but he was trying to with that motion and also by kicking his leg out, just to do anything to try and make a play on the ball. Letter of the law says it's the right call. Understanding the play makes it an iffy call, and it results in a goal. Downfield free kick for Ollie Hollands. Stevenson does discard Hollands after the kick. I'd say we see a few of these every game. Some don't get called, some do. Some players fall easier and exaggerate it more than others. I'll say because it is late, it's the right call, but can definitely see the iffy side. Contact below the knees free kick. Fisher is stiff for getting there fractionally late. Takes out Hollands from underneath, and it is the right call. High free kick against McGovern. Definitely a spoil from around the neck, and it is the right call. Holding the ball free kick for Nick Newman. Stevenson turns away from Sard right into a brick wall, and the disposal is illegal. The right call. High free kick for Elijah Hollands. If you slow it right down, Tucker does reach over, but does he make contact with the neck area or simply go over? I'm going to say iffy call for its marginal contact. Holding the ball free kick for Elijah Hollands. George Wardlaw tries to spin out of the Hollands tackle, but gets dispossessed. The right call. And to top it all off, holding the ball free kick against Matt Owies. Owies takes a few steps, tries to kick, drops it. Ultimately, it is the right call. Overall, contrary to popular belief in the AFL community, this game wasn't umpired as badly as it was made out to be with what was called. For a Carlton team who had more possession and 76 more tackles, I think Carlton were bound to get a few extra frees with all that pressure they were applying and all those extra forward 50 entries, which allowed Charlie and Harry to place North Melbourne's inexperience well out of their depth. I think the larger issue was the amount of no calls. Lots and lots of no calls. In a game with 55 free kicks already, do we want to call these no calls, which adds to an already growing problem of over officiation? Or do we want to, make it more lenient and give players more leeway and let a few more free kicks go? Let me know your thoughts in the comments about these sort of questions. We'll be back for another analysis next week for the gather round. If you would like to become a channel member, make sure to join below and like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you would like to stay tuned, and that'll do it. Have a good one, stay safe, and bye for now.